Okay, so I just got off the phone with a client and they were talking about physical appearance change. Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, you can turn into Pikachu if you want. Yes, you can increase your height. Yes, you can make your butt look bigger. And I mean, it's just like it turns into a huge bongo drum on each cheek. Okay, but you see, you always need to ask yourself, why is it that you want to change your butt size? Why is it that you want to change your penis size, your height, your everything? And most of the times it's because you want to impress a SP or just men, women in general, right? And if that's the case, guess what? You can get that physical appearance change but still not get the SP, because I've always said this: what is the point of getting your manifestation if you don't get the results that you were seeking for in the first place? You come to find that after you got that manifestation, you were never trying to manifest the fact that you need to wear a larger set of pants. You are manifesting a situation where you become a version of yourself that you thought was going to give you the results that you wanted, but you only focused on the cause. You never focused on the effect. Focus on the effect and make sure that when you're doing these physical appearance changes is only because you want to know how it feels like to reach the top shelf. You want to know how it feels like to twerk and it feels like you're carrying two, jack-o'-lanterns back there. Okay, but not because you feel like, oh, all of a sudden the men are gonna stop cheating on me. Oh, all of a sudden women are gonna actually stop ghosting me. Like, what's funny is the other day, I remember there was because obviously I'm also a manager at a restaurant, and there was some attractive women, or at least women, I mean, maybe not so much my type, but women that I think most men would be, pretty interested in. And they were all at a table, and there was all these buff dudes passing by. Not a single one of them looked. When I passed by their table, I could feel the heat on my face, because out of my peripherals, I could just see their eyes turning like one of those horror films where the dolls are brought to life and shit. And those gym guys, I mean, I'm not trying to say anything bad about them, but I mean, you can sense aura, you can tell energy and all that stuff. And it's not like these guys had anything to show for other than their muscle, right? But me, even though I'm not 7 feet, even though I'm not extremely jacked, I walk in a room and you can feel my presence. Why? Because I understand who I am. I understand where I'm at internally, and I know, to be honest, how to change states, whether I'm having a bad day, whether I don't feel 100% like myself. Like if I was Conor McGregor going into the Max Holloway fight the other day, I would know exactly how to get myself back into old school Conor McGregor form. Maybe not physically, but mentally. And you see, that's what I'm talking about. Is you see, for any of you fight fans, like Conor McGregor, we all know he was never going to be the same 27-year-old that he was when he fought Jose Aldo, but you could still go there mentally, and you could bring a part of what made you so special back then into the ring right there. And though you might not knock Max Holloway out in 13 seconds, you might actually use that to have a better performance than many expected you to have. And as a matter of fact, I'm starting to think that if there's any sport right now that is proving state change, it's the UFC, because almost all the top 10 guys have lost their belts. Guys who have had so much aura, so much dominance. One of them being that he's never lost a single fucking fight in his whole career, and he lost to the one guy that no one expected him to, right? Same thing with, I'm talking about Ilia Topuria. He lost to Justin Gaethje. Nobody saw that. Talking about Khamzat Chimaev. Nobody saw that. But maybe that's another video for another time, because I know a lot of you guys are like, I want a bigger boobs, and you're over here talking about men wrestling with each other and doing triangle chokes. They wouldn't even know what a triangle choke is. But Look, sweetheart, if you want to be triangle choked with the cock of your SP, you don't have to focus on the size of your ass. Because I'll tell you this right now, coming from a guy who's been with big ass, regular ass, ironing board ass, look, when a girl is hot, I usually see who she is internally, right? And of course, sometimes women can just completely not take care of themselves physically, and it will affect your perception of them. But if you have just a killer personality, you just do something for me with your vibe, yo, your ass could look like as flat as that reserved parking sign right there. And I will want to lick every single part of it. Okay? And you know, look, man, any of you guys who are talking about like dick size, like, please get the fuck out of here, okay? I mean, unless you're dealing with the little shaving eraser down there, I mean, I think you're okay. Okay? And I don't even want to go into why, because YouTube practically wants to just, you know, send me to Twitch with my content here. But dudes, again, it's all about not the one who's wearing the suit, it's who. It's not about the suit you're wearing, it's about who's wearing the suit. Remember that, okay? Now, if you guys want to go more in detail about physical appearance change, the links are down below. Or if you have an SP situation that you need deeper help with, financial issues, links are in the description. I would love to work with you. And just so you know, if you're a channel member, you get access to the next 2 months of videos and discounts to the consultations.